Hi everybody, welcome again. So today I'm going to talk about something that I think everybody should be doing. We're going to be storing dried food that can be stored probably for 5, 10 years. Who knows, but the point is it's going to last at least years, and everybody should have a backup because I don't know, my whole life I've been into animals, the environment, uh, space, the planets, and we've been kind of destroying the Earth. There is, like, for example, there's 70% of the quantity of animals since 1970 are gone. 70%. So there's 30% left of the quantity of animals in just that amount of time. And our population keeps growing by 200,000 per day. And I know it's bad to say, oh, you don't population. It's bad to increase the population, but it's just a fact. It's a fact, and it's common sense too, right? The Earth can only support so many people, and that's it. Unless we have technology, that can change that. Otherwise, but the thing is too, we want the animals, don't we? We don't want to lose the animals, even if we could somehow make greenhouses of food to feed everybody. We're going to lose all the animals, and we don't want to do that. So, but that's another topic offhand. But the thing is that the food system can collapse in many different reasons. We got war, we got cyber attacks, but the most probable one is just when you get climate change or just weather. You get mass droughts happening at the same time in multiple places. You're going to get food shortages, or the transportation system can be wiped out too, where transport trucks cannot get gas to transport food. But anyways, even if we hope that everything turns out good, we hope, right? And what humans are pretty smart, and we might be able to figure it out. But the thing is, we should always have a plan. Just like in COVID, when people get panic, they'll panic buy, and the whole grocery store could be wiped out in a day or two, and there's nothing left to buy. So you want to have supplies in your house, and I'm hoping this video can inspire people to supply their house, and you can do it really, really cheap. And I'm going to show you what I have and what you need to do to be able to do this. And it's not too hard. It just requires a little bit of effort. And we're going to make buckets of dried food, basically. And you're just going to keep them in a nice, cool, dark environment, like your basement. You're not going to touch it. And even if nothing does happen, years from now, you're going to have food that's going to cost a lot more in the future, and you bought it cheaper. So you can't lose either way. So let's get started. I'm going to show you what you need first. Okay, so this is what you need to get. Now, here we got some buckets. And you need some nice sealing lids. These are basically mainly for keep rats and mice out, right? It's also extra layer of protection. So I got these on sale for actually $4 each. But you need buckets. I got 4 buckets. I'm just doing 4 buckets today. I did 6 last year. And then the next thing you need, you need an iron. Okay? You need a vacuum. You need Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers. You can get these on Amazon. I got these, I think they're gallon bags. I got 50 of them with oxygen absorbers to go with them for $50. So it's $1 a bag, not too much. The next thing you want to get is mass quantities of food. And the main foods that you want to get are rice and beans, because they contain the many types of proteins that you do need, right? The other thing that you might want to get is like omega-3s, which comes in flax seeds, so you might want to do some flax seeds too. But certain things last longer than other things, and rice and beans can last a long time if you get the dried kind, right? So, and what else did I get? I just went to Costco with my mother, and so I just got whatever was available, like that I could get. I like red lentils in my soup. The green are actually more nutritious for you, less tasting, but anyways, I got that. Pasta is another option that will last long. And one good thing too is salt. It was only like $7 for this huge bag of salt. You're gonna want to season everything, right? And speaking about seasoning these things, I got soy sauce and soup base, right? Liquid kind. I don't know about the liquid kind. Like that, they just had that there. I don't know how long that's gonna last in here with the plastic and whatever. But it's salt. Anything salty will last a long time. So I'm just gonna throw these in there for the sake of it, right? But you want some flavoring for your food, right? But that's basically what all you want to get is basically rice and beans is the main thing. Like I said, flax seeds is good for the omega-3s, nuts and stuff like that, but they don't last as long. So you want to get those, like if things start getting worse in the world and you could see things coming, then you could start storing things that aren't going to last as long, like nuts and whatever have you. You could also do canned food and stuff like that. Anything's good, but this is the cheapest way to do it. Like I'm probably doing like $20 a bucket of food, right? Maybe even less, depending, and that's including the bucket. And so that's everything you need. So now I'm just gonna show you how simple it is just to do this. Okay, there might be an easier way to do this, but this is what I'm doing. Maybe put the bag in a bucket or something, but I'm just gonna pour it in. You don't want to fill it up too much. You got to be able to close it. Then you want to put an oxygen absorber in there, like this. This pack. Once you open them, you got to use them, or else they'll go bad, right? So this pack has 8 in them. Just gonna slab one in there, and it's got a Ziploc seal there, where you're gonna seal it, and you're gonna use your vacuum. If you got a vacuum sealer, that's even better. But I don't, so I'm gonna use a vacuum. And then that gets most of the air out. I'm sure there's some in there, but the oxygen absorber will take care of that. And there you got a sealed bag, but it's not totally sealed yet. For that, we need the iron. Okay, so what we want to do, we need a pen too, Sharpie, whatever. And we want to see what it is. Okay, so parboiled white rice. And the dates, October 10th, 2024. And then all we're going to do is take the vacuum, make sure I got it hot enough. And we're just going to seal the top. And we got a bag of sealed food that hopefully will last 5 years. Now there's one thing that can happen with the rice and stuff like that. There's like weevils that can get in there that are in the rice and grains, and it can happen that your stored food, you open it up and it's full of weevils. To help counteract that, there's other things you could do. You could like throw your rice in the freezer for 3 days and stuff like that. I think there's other stuff you could find on the internet that can help get rid of that. I personally didn't do that, so I'm just kind of hoping that these products don't contain the weevils. And I would assume parboiled rice does not, because it's already boiled. But so that's something to consider too. Spilled some beans in the blue jays are found out Now, some people just take a bucket and just fill the bucket up of the same food. But I think like if you have to grab a bucket, it's an emergency or whatever, at least you're grabbing a bucket with all different types of food in it. So I think you should put all the different types you can in one bucket. Okay, so we're gonna do the pasta now. Like, I just figured out too, like you don't want to do like rigatoni, for example. I bought that rigatoni, but it just takes up too much space. So you can't get as much food in one spot. So we'll go to penne instead and store the penne. You can't get as much food with the pasta as you can with the rice and beans per area, per volume, I mean. So that's why it's you would need more room if you wanted to store lots of pasta anyways. And I am very messy. I should be using like for the rice and I should use like a scoop. Okay, so now we got our 4 buckets. And yeah, I made a little bit of mess. Got to clean that up. And I still got a bag of rice and a bag of rotini left, which I'll just keep my cupboard. But that's all I'm doing for now. So what you want to do now is you want to seal these things. Okay, and finally, once we got it sealed, just going to write down the date. And what we got in here. So we got soup base, rice. I'm not going to go into detail here, just rice, lentils, beans, kidney beans, and rigatoni. Well, that ends the video on storing food. I hope this inspires many of you to take a day out of your lives to store some food, because you never know when there's going to be an emergency. We live in troubling times. Our environmental destruction is just exponentially growing. More wetlands and forests are getting cut down. The animal species are going extinct at an alarming rate with the global warming and all the other weather phenomenon and lack of good fertile soil, pollinating insects. There's so many things that can happen. And not to mention that we're fighting in all these wars when we've got other things to worry about. Lots of things could happen. So you never know when there's going to be an emergency. It's better to be prepared. Safe than sorry, basically. We hope we don't have to resort to this, but it can't hurt to have food anyways, because you're going to need it eventually anyways. So it brings me to an upcoming video. I'm going to teach you how to ferment, which I think is quicker, better than pickling. Easier too, and that another prepping item that you should store is kosher salt, or salt that just contains salt and no other additives, because that is mandatory for fermenting. And so you should have fermenting stuff like jars and stuff like that, but I'll get into that into another video. So subscribe, like, stay tuned for more to come. Thank you. See ya.